Hi, YouTubers. It's me, DavidSkobs, live at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time in the beautiful state, we'll call it beautiful state of Minnesota. The reason I say that right now is because we are getting hit with more snow, and it wouldn't be so bad, but it was slippery too. So I saw two cars in the ditch, and the snowplow was blocking the road too. So I know, pretty dramatic. First world problems. But anyway, so we're getting snow. It is February 17th, 2020. And I'm ready for the winter to be over with because I am ready for the winter to be over with. Bring on spring. Let's get some warmer weather. Anyhow, on tonight's episode, we talked about weather, and that was it. That's the weather report. I'm no Frankie McDonald. If you guys know who he is legendary. And so I'll leave it at that. So I've got some yoo-hoo right here, and we're going to wait on that for a second. Got some pour painting over here. We're going to wait on that for a second. I've never really talked about, it's just more recent. But never really shared too much on stress and anxiety, dealing with that. And it just really manifested itself in the past, I don't know, since end of 2019, week of Christmas 2019, just got really packed. So since then, work has been crazy, trying to just find some balance. Even tonight, I don't leave work until about 7:30 or so, which I guess, in the grand scheme of things, many people work long hours, and it's been constant. Anywhere from 10 to 12-hour days, 5-6 days a week. I was in on Sunday afternoon for a few hours. So, it's just kind of like one of those things where you try to find a little balance, try to find some give and take. And so lately, it's been manifesting itself in just anxiety and stress revolving around, I'm a homeowner, right? I'm in my house right now. How do you maintain your home? How do you shovel your driveway, get to the gym, have a career that's rewarding, do your job well? How do you find time to do things that you're passionate about, like what I'm going to talk about tonight, drinking yoo-hoo and pour paint, among other things. So it's just kind of a accumulation of having responsibility and taking pride in what you do, and then not letting it overwhelm and overtake just your whole life. So trying to find a little balance there. So I know there's been a push in recent months and years, people talking about, their journey through anxiety, depression, stress management, and everything else, and doing things that are healthy and sustainable. So I know that many of us deal with some level of it, whether it's social or otherwise. So I think just that's kind of a broad introduction. Don't want to belabor it too much, but it's just lately it's been like a crunch happening. So the fact that I'm doing this right now, and I'm gonna do a little more stuff, a little more later downstairs. Got a workshop set up for some more painting tonight. I'm gonna actually show you an example here. But taking time to do stuff like that, that you get home and you're drained. All you want to do is grab something to eat and have a half hour, an hour and not have to do anything. Even the simplest thing like reading a book, sometimes it's just like, that's too much. I don't want to deal with words right now. Just throw on the Netflix and sit back and watch. And then before you know it, it's that's it. And so trying to break that routine a little bit, trying to break it up, get some healthy habits, so you're not like so bundled all the time. I have a habit of just like internalizing everything, and it builds and builds and builds, and then all of a sudden, you're just shaking your head, and it's not really a breakdown per se. It's just like, like you really don't recognize yourself sometimes, and you do things that are uncharacteristic of your normal personality. So finding balance in all those things, having people to talk to that you trust has really helped me, and someone that won't judge you for what you're telling them. So you know who you are. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to say about that for tonight. Maybe more in the future as things come to me. But yeah, so moving forward, gonna dip into a little. I didn't really dip into anything. It's more of a pour. So we're going to talk about pour painting now, and I have an example here. Probably one of my better ones, I guess, to turn out. It was actually leftover paint from a previous one that I tried, trying different techniques, different things. And so I had some paint left in the bottom of the main pour cup that I used. Actually, it was several. I was trying different methods. So I think I had 4 different colors, and I almost got to the point where I thought about just letting them dry or throwing them all together. And as anyone can tell you that buys art supplies, paint is not cheap, and the other like little knickknacks that go with it will kind of add up. So I looked at it, I said, I'm not pouring that in the trash or anything. I got to find something for it. And I just happened to have a little 8x8 canvas sitting there. And so I thought, well, let's give it a shot and see what I come up with. And so this is the result. I'm gonna try to get an angle on it here so the light right there doesn't wash it out. So I made this guy right here. So kind of put an angle there. So that piece there, that is intended. It's supposed to be my signature. But anyway, so you kind of get a glimpse of an idea of what it looks like there. So these are all leftovers from a previous pour, and all of these cells in here, get that a little closer, all those cells are generated by putting some different weight in the paint. I don't know if you can see that color right there. Center piece right here is pretty cool. It has a lot of nice color in there. But it looks better in person if you were to hang on your wall. But all those cells are created by having some of the paint not be as fluid as other pieces. So when you add your mix together, I intentionally had some colors be runnier and other colors be heavier. So when it settles and it dries, it pushes more things away. And additionally with that, there's also some silicone in here. So you put some drops of silicone, and then it really does it to get a lot of these cells to really grow and enhance. You can use like a blowtorch, like a little torch, and butane, whatever. But this was a heat gun. So you can use a hair dryer too, that works just fine. But this is actually a heat gun for peeling paint off of surfaces. So it has different attachments you can put on the front of it, so you can direct air a certain way. This was just a straight on direct application. And then I don't know if I used a straw at all. People can you take a straw and you can blow and do different effects, but for the most part, this was just kind of a spontaneous piece, and it dried really well. So look for more of these in the future. And that's that. So the next thing is I've got a little bit of a treat here. So let me get my Yoo-hoo. That's good. Chocolatey. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. So you can get a box like this or the glass container. I want the boxes. Dollar General, 4 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes for $1. $1 for like 4 boxes, 3 boxes. So Yoo-hoo for that, $1. Curses. All right. Well, that's all for tonight, and I'm off to do some more of this. So until next time, stay frosty. Bye. End stream. Goodbye. Yes. End.